start conference recording, press 1. To return to the conference, the recording has started.
Well, good morning. This is National Sales Director Mia Mason Porter, and it is Thursday, and I'm excited to be and honored to be on the Pink Connection call. So welcome, consultants and directors with Mary Kay. Today, we're going to talk about the numbers. The numbers. The numbers are your friend or they can be your enemy. Okay? And what I mean by numbers is actual volume of people, places, and things in your Mary Kay business. All right? And so let's start with the basic building block of your business, and that is bookings. All right? So when you say, hey, I want to have a facial, I want to have an appointment or a facial or a party means that you have at least 3 on the books. That is what it takes. It takes about 3 parties or facials or any appointment booked in order to hold 1. And so there is a concept called double booking and triple booking. And what that means is simply that in one time span, say Saturday at 2 o'clock, you have more than 1 appointment booked at that time. So you have a facial booked at 2 and a party booked at 2, okay? Or 2 facials or 2 parties, whatever you say. And if they happen to both hold, that's fantastic. You take the facial, you take the party, or whatever the booking is that you feel best about, and then you send one of your teammates, or you call your director and she will send one of her top consultants to the other appointment. That is called dovetailing. And it is a thing in Mary Kay. And dovetailing is when you send another person on an appointment that you can't go on, and you still receive 15% of the total sales for that appointment. So imagine you're going to one appointment and earning your sales from that appointment, and then you go to another appointment, and then another consultant's going to another appointment across town that you booked, and you're still getting 15% of those sales. So don't be afraid to double book. It gets your back, and it makes sure that you have that crucial appointment, because your time is so very valuable, isn't it? Okay, now, so with bookings, you want to double book or you want to triple book in order to have 1 appointment. And that makes sure that you're not disappointed, and certainly, hopefully, you never get discouraged about a cancellation. It is a part of our business. 100% of things will never go perfectly for you in your Mary Kay business. So a cancellation or anything like that will happen, but you can help yourself by double booking. And don't be afraid to do it. You'll be surprised when the most bookable appointments, and the hostess is so excited. You'll be surprised that her kid gets the flu, or that there's a game she forgot about, or they're now in a tournament and she just absolutely can't do it. A lot of times it is a valid reason why the person cannot be on that appointment, cannot go to that appointment. So just make sure that you consider double booking. I believe that it will get your back. Double booking gets your back. Okay. Then guests. Don't you want guests at your meetings and at guest events, or when there's an exciting top director or national in town and you want to bring guests? All right, here are the numbers for guests. 5 to 1. It takes 5 guests who say, yes, I'm coming, for you to get at least 1 to show up. And the best guest is the guest that's in your car. The guest who shows up is the guest who's in your car, who you escort to the meeting or to the event. That's the best guest. That's the guest that's going to be there, okay? I was always taught to escort my guests to the meeting, and we just have a caravan going to the meetings. And so it takes numbers. So imagine you double book and triple book, and then you've had 10 to 12 appointments during the day, during the week, excuse me. So that means that you've got about 10 guests to invite to the meeting. You can expect 2 at that event. If they said, yeah, I'll be there. Okay. So remember, if a guest says, I'll see, or it's possible, or, if God willing and the creek don't rise, then you can kind of gather that she might not be there. she needs to say, oh, yes, of course, I'll be there. That's when you can expect 1 out of 5 to be there. 1 out of 5 yeses. Okay, let's get to the good part. Team members and numbers. Now, it takes 5 to 1. So 5 women who you earnestly sit down and speak with about how you built your business and how she can fit a Mary Kay a business into her lifestyle, and how we make our money, how we purchase for $1, we sell for $2, and gosh, how our commissions work, and I'm so excited, and Valentine's Day is coming up, and why not you? Is there any reason why you wouldn't be my business partner? Let's start your training. You do all of that, and 5 will say, out of 5, 4 will say, oh, not right now. This is just not for me. Just maybe another time. 1 will say, yeah, girl, sign me up. So it takes 5 earnest, sit down, career conversations for you to really get 1 new business partner. Okay? So the numbers for team building numbers are also 5 to 1. Okay? Then, when you do build a team, let's say you have 8 to get in the gate. Okay? Say you're all in and you're ready to be a new Mary Kay sales director. Let's say you have 8 team members who are all in, okay? All in the business, that is. And they're on your team. And then you're a DIQ March 1. Okay? You're ready to march on through. Out of those 8, about 2 or 3 are going to be really with it. Coming to meetings, responding, answering your calls. So the numbers for a team is about 1/3. And sales directors, those of you who are listening, the numbers for a unit are also about 1/3. So if you have 24 unit members as a new director, about 8 of them are engaged. Oh, and if you are a red jacket and you have 3, guess how many really are going to be engaged and ready to listen and show up? 1. So you can really save your mind and you can manage your emotions and have emotional stability as an entrepreneur when you know the numbers and you trust the numbers. So with bookings, about 3 to 1. Out of 3, 1 will hold. Guests, 5 to 1. 5 guests invited who say yes. Not maybe, not if, but who say yes, 1 will show up. New team members who you want on your team and who you sit down and speak with a career conversation. Not who you just say, hey, you want to sell Mary Kay? But a true career conversation. 5 to 1. 1 will say yes out of 4. And then when you do build a team and you have 30, you can expect 1/3 to actually respond and be engaged. And that's about 10 out of 30. Okay? So, and then when you want to really know what your personal numbers are, these are general numbers for Mary Kay. But when you want to build your own personal numbers and know what it takes for you to get a booking, to get a team member, to get a guest out, and then to build a team and see who is really engaged, you're going to need to do 100 of that activity in order to know what your personal numbers are. Okay? Say you want to know what your average is for a facial. You want to know what your face average is. You need to facial 100 women and then take a tally of how much you've sold and then divide it by 100. And then you will know what your face average is. Now, how long would that take you to get 100 faces done? How many bookings will it take? If you're doing parties, how many parties will it take? If you're doing faces and parties and double facials, how many will it take? You look at your booking numbers and realize, okay, if I want to get to 100, then and I can only hold 2 parties a week, how will I make that happen? And then you know exactly how many bookings you need. Then you get out there and you get your contacts and you make your phone calls, and you might even want to build your numbers as to how many phone calls will it take for you to get just 1 booking. You might want to know that so that when you're building and when you want to set some realistic goals, and people always want to know what's realistic when you're an entrepreneur. Well, you can get very realistic when you have a good sample of what your activity has been. Okay, so you can trust these general numbers or you can create your own numbers. A sample has to come out of 100. So once you have 100 career conversations and you sit down and you talk about yourself and you let her share about herself, you share the Mary Kay facts, you let her ask you questions and you help her make a decision, then you can see out of 100 what your numbers are. How many actually joined out of 100? And then you can celebrate and know, all right, well, when I want my gold medal, 5 team members in 1 month, 5 new team members in 1 month, I know exactly how many team building interviews or career conversations it's going to take because I know my personal numbers. I love having your own personal numbers. So here's a challenge from Auntie Mia. I want you to consider accepting the Mary Kay Birthday Challenge, which is having 100 faces done from February 1 through May 12th, Mary Kay's birthday. And see where you are by May 12th. And I would love for you to give me some feedback on your numbers and your sampling. And you can give me feedback on our Pink Connection for Mary Kay Consultants and Directors Facebook page. If you're not a member, then ask to be a member and I will accept you because I would love to get your feedback in that Facebook group. That's where we can chat about my message today. All right. So I'm excited about this Pink Connection and the messages that you'll be able to hear every day. I hope you got something out of the numbers. Trust the numbers. Trust the numbers. And you will have better emotional management and you'll better be able to set realistic goals for your Mary Kay business. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye. I hope that recorded, but you got it, don't you? All right.